All right, we're gonna do this today. You joined with me, Valley Flying, is we're gonna talk about the best hybrid defensive war teams. Well, partial hybrids, right? Everything's war teams, right? War teams. We're gonna, and I think it's a good topic for right now for me because typically in Platinum 2 or almost in Platinum 3, I don't get a lot of defensive war wins, and yay me, I got 6 wins on my last war, and it was a. Right now, in my opinion, you can win 30 million up, 30 million down, right? It's a fair, because it's extreme offense right now. And this was a 10 million war where we were 10 million ahead. So that's like a competitive war, right? And I was pretty excited that I got 6 defensive wins, so we're gonna go over my teams, which is unusual.
I'm curious to see this as well.
Yeah,
I'm curious from a player perspective. I'm curious to see what you got.
Yeah, okay, so we're gonna go into it, and I think a lot of it is roster dependent, but let's go over my first team, my entry team, my worst team on defense is Fantastic Four with She-Hulk.
Okay. How big is your She-Hulk?
Not big.
Okay.
Well, not big. My She-Hulk is, let's see, we're still working on her. She's 80,000 with buffs. Yes. Because this is with all the room buffs, because this is different than like in your roster. When you look at it in this screen.
We're actually looking war screen, yes.
Yeah, when you look at a war screen, you get all the engineer, the med bay and barracks, all that stuff adds up. So it's a little skewed right here. So that's not in my actual roster. She's probably like 60,000 or something like that. Gotcha. Nothing exciting I can say about Fantastic Four. The one thing I'll say, does it
ever pull some good teams or get you some good wins?
Yeah, it's just there to it does nothing. It does nothing at all. In fact, when I had Baby Doom, I think running Baby Doom on offense with Namor. And with Namor, and then I did not use Human Torch. But anyways, that was a better team on offense with Baby Doom. Now, if Doom becomes easily countered, then this will go back on offense with Namor and Doom. I think that's okay. I mean, I will. So but this is one of the few teams that actually gets defensive war buffs.
It's a starter.
Yeah, it's
this
a starter.
This is the introduction into your room. I get it.
All right, next is Sinister Six. There's really nothing exciting about this whatsoever. The only thing I'll say is, and I think everybody's got a reasonable counter to it, and it's just maybe hopefully it sucks up as symbiotes or something like that. I don't really care. Having a big Doc Ock because he took him into Dark Dimension 4, and I did take him to level 5 ISO with Healer. And so, maybe every once in a while someone will get stuck behind Doc Ock, right? That's the only hope I get.
Yes. It's the only one. I mean, symbiotes, XMen. I mean, you got a bunch of different choices for this one, but sometimes it's tricky. Sometimes that Doc Ock can be tricky.
Yeah, and part of me also wants to take Mysterio out of this team, because I know that he's basically symbiote food, and maybe put something else that is not, maybe like Ghost or something, or Vulture. Yeah, but Mysterio for sure is symbiote food. You know what I mean?
I might have a solution for you on my video.
Okay, yeah. We're going to go over Valley's video next. And the next one is, now this team, I got to give credit to Oz. This pulled multiple wins. I think I got 2 or 3 wins off of this team right here. Red Guardian really throws off X-Force on this. And also, he gives defense up to adjacent allies, is my understanding, which also fuels Kingpin.
Ooh,
that Kingpin.
I might be switching my defense. I like this. I like this. Okay.
This team really throws off. My understanding is that it really throws off X-Force, and so I had multiple. Well, let's take a look at it. I got the footage here. Let's see if I can. Let's see here. I'm gonna play it and find out what it came. I got it scrolling here. Let's toggle over, and we'll see where I got the wins and what they were wins against. But I understanding. Okay, so there's one right there.
You did get it. Brotherhood.
Okay, that was a win. I don't know if I would have took Brotherhood against that. Let's see. We go. Oh, look at that. Combat canceled versus X-Force. Yeah.
Slight punch up. Only a 10K punch up. And
throws X-Force off is my understanding. So that's a good thing right there, right? Oh, yes, 2 X-Force. Look at that. 2 combat canceled. Goodness. Yeah, so this team for sure throws X-Force
Ooh,
off.
I like that. Okay. No, that is definite. I'm switching my marks
Yeah,
around.
that's a fun team. So I got 3 wins with that team right there. Fine. Okay.
Good.
Okay. Now, this team right here is the reason why I put Ghost in there is because Miles does nothing at all.
Okay.
And Ghost does something. And Brotherhood, and it has Squirrel Girl, so Brotherhood 2.0 doesn't necessarily get a free pass. And Captain Marvel doesn't care about blind anyway. She clears it when she goes off. So this is kind of meant to be like an anti-Brotherhood 2.0 team. And it threw me off one match because Ghost and Captain Marvel are kind of in their own little world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And so this is just meant to throw people off. I don't think it did much, but
It's a good mid-room team. You
Yeah.
know, it gets a little bit of trickiness. You know, most meta teams will beat it, but you're like, oh, should I use a meta team or should I try something crazy? So it might trick some people.
Well, there's some characters like if we get more further consolidation of defensive teams, then then we start putting like Doc Ock on a random team, right? And then, because that's the idea. Or because Ghost, I don't think Pimtech is good at all. I think Ghost is the entire team, and she could plug and play on any other team, and that's great. It's just a lot of fun to put her somewhere else.
Yeah, spoiler, I don't have Pimtech on defense.
No, okay.
But Ghost is on defense.
Wave 1 Avengers is becoming a staple, and my suggestion on Wave 1 Avengers is to have, Thor and Hulk is where the beef of the team needs to be. So I upgraded those 2 characters, and I do get a defensive win out of this team. It seems like every other war, so this has been very consistently good.
I like it. I think most people have Wave 1 Avengers with Thor nowadays.
With Thor,
so,
yeah. Well,
Thor.
And if you're late to the party, Hela on defense is a big no-no nowadays because of Carnage and Jubilee. It's just they wreck the team, right? And so Hela's way more effective on offense with Supernatural.
Against this
team specifically. Yes. And so and Thor really makes I think the best version of Wave 1 Avengers includes Thor. Because his damage skyrockets and he does a bunch of really
and if you're not using them as Guardians, where else are you going to use them?
Right. And then right here, this is meant to. There's a lot of counters to Marauders nowadays, and by putting Minerva instead of Sabretooth is meant to, for a while a lot of people were just defaulting to like Black Order or something like that, but then these alt counters start coming up, and you've probably used a bunch of them, right? But the hard counters for sure are going to be like Shadowlands and Black Order. And the idea,
X-Force,
X-Force,
X Factor,
yeah. And the idea here is that hopefully Minerva makes some of those, other teams that, where people try doing things like power armor with Ultron, something like that, right? Hopefully Minerva makes that match a lot worse. That's the idea? Those alt counters.
You get through Strife, you're like, oh, now I can start, and then Strife goes back to life. I'm like, I'm starting back to 0 again.
Yeah, so this is meant to make the alt counters more difficult. Of course, the hard counters still work, and that's meant, for me, if that sets up a Black Order, that's a big W. It's a big W for me if it sets up a Black Order, and then here,
agreed.
This team right here, again,
pretty standard. I like it.
This has become a staple team. Like, I think this was cutting edge like a month or 2 ago, but now this is everybody uses this team. And how do you counter this team? Because I know what I do.
I've been using Black Order.
Black Order, yeah. So the point of this whole team is to destroy Black Order, to suck up a Black Order, yeah.
well, Black Order used to be Marauders go Black Order. Now there's so many other counters to to Marauders that you can use a Black Order against this team.
Absolutely. And so Silver Surfer works great right there, and I'm going to suggest anybody but Nick Fury. Nick Fury makes the team like bad in 2 different ways. The main way is that he makes the team bad is that he spawns Sealed Security, and that Sealed Security negates the effectiveness of Yo-Yo. And then number 2, he spawns Shield Security, and then Carnage and friends run over this team. Symbiotes can run over the Nick Fury version of this team, and Silver Surfer is much, much better. Some people do Captain Marvel. I've seen a lot of different characters in Silver Surfer spot, but Silver Surfer is just so strong. Why not, right?
Yeah. it makes it way tough. Surf is like a Captain Marvel. It's a one-man army on war defense.
Yep. And then lastly, this team right here was suggested to me by a good friend, which I'll remain unnamed at this time. But
looks horrible. That looks horrible.
No, this is this is
horrible if I'm on offense facing that team. Not for you trying to get defensive wins.
Yeah, I got this pulled.
I hate that one.
This pulled some defensive wins. Well, first of all, I think straight up symbiotes couldn't hang with it, and then Doom just kind of got more wins right there. Doom win. You know what I mean? So like I figure if I can get one win out of this team, that's good. I wasn't expecting to get multiple wins, but one win is the idea. And the reason for this is I've been struggling with XMen on offense for a while now. I found them to be very inconsistent now that Beast has moved on to Astonishing XMen. And so this just seems like a way better. I mean, Emma Marauders is already a good team, right?
Yes.
So putting Doom there, I don't know, right? This is just a different team altogether. Works great. And boy, you're going to have to go through Phoenix, and you're going to have to go through Colossus, and then maybe Cyclops will pop off. I mean, this is a problematic team.
And then Psylocke is removing all the buffs that you ability blocks and all that stuff that you might put on Doom.
Yeah, so and maybe Phoenix will remove it too when she goes into her middle ability, right?
Yeah, good point.
This is just an annoying team, and I don't think it's supposed to get multiple wins, but one win for sure. Like I could see someone running a sack team in here just to delete Phoenix and have Doom going through his ultimate. And then that would probably, if I had to come up against this team, I would throw a garbage team at it that would survive long enough for Phoenix to die, to go into Dark Phoenix mode, and for Doom to explode.
Oh, after that,
then the team is a lot easier. Yeah. I mean, so just focus fire down Dark Phoenix, have her go into Dark Phoenix, and then hopefully survive long enough for Doom to go off into his ultimate and blow up your team, and then come in with a different team. It's a 2-tap. That's my hope, is a 2-tap. So that's fun. That's my Alliance War teams. I've been really happy with it.
I like it.
I feel like I feel like at the end of the war, between these 8 teams and my 10 offensive teams, I have nothing left. Like my entire roster gets used. And so if you're interested in checking out my my offense teams, there's a link to that video up in the top right hand corner. We did that, and then we're also Valley's doing a video. There's gonna be a link in to your video. But guess what time it is?
It is the best time of the day. It's time for a giveaway.
Yeah. All right, so we're doing
a win.
We're not. You know how they're coming out with costumes? We're not doing costumes today. We're actually. You know how there's a Marvel Strike Force book?
Yes.
You've got the book, right? The Marvel Strike Force
I have
book.
the book.
And there's also a Marvel Strike Force comic, right? So there's a comic and a book.
I got both.
Well, now they came out with a Marvel Strike Force movie, and that's what we're going to give away today, right? Are you ready?
Awesome. I love it.
I really hope you like this video today, because if you did, you are in luck. For every single person who likes this video, you will be getting for free the Marvel Strike Force movie.
Sweet.
This is not a scam.
Oh, the person that knows the person that wrote this movie really knows the game.
Yeah, Scopelnex. They spelled Scopelnex right, which I love.
Exactly.
A Bug's Life. We're no Boundless. Scopelnex. And a big shout out to Grace for making this or leaving this in my Discord. So that was great. So what do you think, Valley?
It looks like something that I see every day.
Yeah.
That I should go see even more.
A Bug's Life, right? Marvel Strike Force.
Were you talking about the movie or your teams?
I don't know, man. I have no idea anymore.
Your teams are good. I don't want to face
I'm really happy with
team.
I'm really happy with my teams. I was never planning on getting defensive wins, and my alliance actually bumped me up to a better room. I had always been sitting in a low priority room, and they said, "Hey, man, your defensive teams look better, so we're gonna move you into engineering," which is not the highest important room, but it's more important than what I was before. There's definitely higher, more important rooms. So I'm moving up in the world with my defensive teams, right?
Yes. I have some similar ones. I have some different ones, and we're going to go check them out, and maybe you'll like some of them, can use some of them.
Yep, that's right. Head over to Valley Flying's channel, and we'll take a look at his defensive teams. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. Bye.